Next year's class of kindergarten students is a benchmark. They are the class of 2025. And 2025 is the year we've set to have 100% high school graduation in the state of Oregon.
That's former Oregon Governor John Kitzhaber in 2012. He's delivering the Oregon State of the State address.
Our choice for the class of 2025 is very, very clear.
When Kitzhaber gave that speech, Oregon's graduation rate was 68%, one of the lowest in the country. If successful in its 100% graduation by 2025 plan, Oregon would catapult its rock-bottom national ranking to the top.
It was a very ambitious goal. And so, back in 2012, when Call Me Maybe was the song you heard everywhere, OPB set out on a very ambitious goal too. We decided to document the stories of a kindergarten class on their journey all the way through high school.
Learning how to read.
Children, really nice children, helpful children, clean children, sweet children.
All right, very good.
Learning how to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners.
And 6.
6 corners, 6 sides. It's a hexagon.
And 6 tables. And 6.
The 27 students we met when they were 6 years old are all on different paths. One student is even graduating early. But most are about to enter their senior year of high school in the fall.
Getting to my goals, I feel like I can definitely do what I need to do to get to a better place, get myself in a better place.
I'd rather just drop out, get my GED, and see where that takes me.
So I can get an education and I can go to college and get a good job.
As they've grown and changed, so has Oregon. That once tall order of a 100% high school graduation rate is no longer the goal.
Well, we're not going to meet it.
From the newsroom of OPB, this is The Evergreen, a podcast about the place you call home. I'm Jen Chavez.
And I'm Elizabeth Miller, an education reporter at OPB.
Today, Liz is taking over the episode. For the last few years, Liz has been following the class of 2025, really getting to know the students, and she'll give us a window into their lives. She met up with them when they were in 6th grade.
Middle school. A time of curiosity, self-discovery, making new friends, losing old friends, the homework, the gossip, the drama. Looking back on my own middle school years, it wasn't good or bad. I just remember it as a really awkward time, feeling insecure and nervous about high school. I liked going to dances, theater class, and feeling like the cool older kids in school. But there were so many changes going on at the same time. And now I'm just glad it's over. But in 2019, I went back to middle school as a reporter, feeling a little older, but still kind of awkward.
And so, how have the conferences been? Can we start with how you came in?
Since then, I've spent a lot of time hanging out with students. And in most ways, middle school is exactly the same.
7th grade in one word, I would say, is boring.
Confusing.
Roller coaster.
Fun. Noisy.
As I prepared to follow the class of 2025 until their high school graduation, I had, and still have, a lot of questions. Why is Oregon's graduation rate lower than other states? Is 100% graduation the right goal? How did the pandemic affect both the students and the state's efforts to get to 100%? And what keeps students from graduating?
Like the last day was basically we had spring break. So we were like, oh, okay, so we're going to only be gone for a week. We're okay.
The year I really started getting to know the class of 2025, they were dealing with way more than I ever had to. Because in the final months of 7th grade, the pandemic changed everything.
It's really overwhelming because I can't even see my friends.
That's Anais, talking to me on the phone. By the way, we don't use the class of 2025's last names. It's 2020. Anais is struggling with distance learning at home. We've been following Anais since kindergarten.
My name is Anais. I am 7 years old. I want to be a doctor.
And here she is at the end of 2nd grade, talking about what she's going to do for the summer.
eat ice cream, go to the water park, and go to this like big place where it has like this whirlpool and it has this big yellow slide.
She lives with her mom, dad, and younger brother Diego. But Anais has lots of siblings, and now nieces and nephews. Anyone can drop by. Sometimes in her home, with everyone else around, it's hard to find a free outlet.
We both have to do our work online, but like we kind of have to like figure out the way to charge our like Chromebooks and stuff. And sometimes it's hard to find an outlet when our house is busy and we always have like a lot of people using the outlet.
Anais is a super bubbly kid. She's usually laughing or drawing or both. Math is not her favorite subject, though it once was in 3rd grade. Here she is talking with my editor, Rob Manning, who started the Class of 2025 project back in 2012.
Do you have a favorite subject?
Yes, science and math.
What do you like about science and math?
Well, science where you could get creative about things, and math where you get to learn plus, subtraction, multiplication, and times. And then you get to do some questions.
Now, Anais says she struggles with it. In 7th grade, when school went fully online, she decided to focus all her energy there.
I always hated math because I don't really do that much math. So I did math.
While Anais was focusing on math, homework in all her other classes began to pile up, and she ended up with 29 missing assignments.
And then I found out I'm just like failing on all my other classes.
She was overwhelmed. Learning and doing work at home was hard for her and took longer. She couldn't get one-on-one help from her teacher anymore. Suddenly, math tutoring was her mom's job.
The first day we did one of the assignments, it took us an hour.
This is Josette, Anais's mom.
I couldn't understand it. I mean, I even asked one of my sons. He came over with his girlfriend, and they couldn't figure out the answer. My neighbor's son couldn't figure out the answer. So I'm like, okay. And I finally figured out the answer, but it took an hour.
Anais continued to struggle for the rest of online school, and she wasn't alone. Even now, 4 years after that conversation with Anais, students are still recovering from the effects of the pandemic and distance learning. The current graduation rate across the state is about 81%. That's way better than it was when this project started, like 14 percentage points better. But 81% is a 2% decrease since before the pandemic. And Oregon still ranks at the bottom nationally. At the end of Anais's 8th grade year, she was able to go back to school a couple of days a week. That helped her a lot. And then, in September 2021, she and the rest of the class of 2025 started high school. I want to know how the kids I'm following are feeling today. What's going through their minds? But it's tricky trying to find them. They've grown up a bit since I last saw them. Plus, they're wearing masks. This high school is also huge. It's one of the biggest in the state. My high school back in Ohio had about 600 students. This one has 2,500. There's some other differences too. I went to a Catholic high school and wore a uniform. Thinking back to how I felt my freshman year, I was nervous to be in a new place. I knew some people from middle school, plus my cousin was in the grade above me, and I was very excited to get involved in new things, like sports, something my middle school didn't have. Anyways, back to David Douglas and the class of 2025's first day of high school.
So you got your name tag?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Actually pretty good and nervous too at the same time.
I see Anais, and she's wearing a black hoodie, leggings, and a gray backpack. Her hair's in a low ponytail, and she's wearing a surgical mask. 9th graders are the only students attending this first day of school. To help them get the lay of the land on their own.
Have them have a seat. We will be able to tell everyone's in the right place when all the freshmen are seated on the floor. If they're not in the right place, we got to get them in the right place. By myself, Mr. Archer, Mr.
In 2021, Oregon high schools enrolled about 46,000 freshmen. But as these students started on the road to graduation, data was already showing the pandemic had caused some to fall behind.
And now some education researchers warning many kids are falling behind academically.
K-12 students are struggling to catch up after all of that remote learning.
Students fall more than half a grade behind in math on average.
One of the most important data points for knowing if a student is going to graduate is called 9th grade on track. Students are considered on track if they earn a quarter of the 24 required credits for high school graduation by the end of 9th grade. Based on the most recent numbers for the 2022-2023 school year, about 84% of 9th graders are on track to graduate. At David Douglas, it's 75%. Sarah Hunt is a counselor at David Douglas. She helps students stay on track.
And maybe you can talk while we walk. Okay.
I met her in her office as we were heading to another meeting with school staff. I asked her if 9th grade on track is a valuable predictor of graduation. She says yes, and that math especially is a big indicator of whether a student is off track.
There are all sorts of reasons that kids might not pass a math class, and it could be because life is happening at the same time school is happening. But overall, yes. Overall, I would say yes.
As Hunt says, things going on at home or outside of school can affect a student in school. Everything from lack of focus, missing the bus, missing assignments, juggling a job. These are all reasons some students in the class of 2025 have fallen behind. But students can still get back on track if they fail a class their freshman year.
Coming up after a short break, meet Rayshawn.
My name is Rayshawn and I am 7 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a football player.
He's a pretty laid-back kid who found himself in trouble his freshman year. We hear his story on facing disciplinary action and how that impacts a student's chance of graduating.
It's still the first day of high school. In the main hallway, I spot Rayshawn, another class of 2025 student. He's wearing jeans, bright tennis shoes, and a hat.
What do you have?
He's feeling a bit under the weather, but otherwise ready for the day.
Okay, did you get your ears pierced or have they always been?
They always been.
Really? Oh, nice.
Something to know about Rayshawn is he's a little comedian. That's what his dad, Ray, calls him.
I be serious, like, Jenner, I need you to do what I told you to do. And he has jokes, and I don't know, he's a comedian.
Are you a comedian?
Sometimes.
He also loves his dogs, video games, and sports. His family's from Ohio, like mine, so we root for the same teams. Unlike Anais, during online school, Rayshawn did really well.
I get to lay in bed and do my work instead of sitting in hard chairs.
That's Rayshawn when I talked to him the summer after 7th grade. During online school, Rayshawn's mom, Casey, says she saw a difference in him and in his report card.
I'm really proud of him. Like, this is the first year that teachers actually called us impressed with his attitude and him completing his assignments and actually turning them in.
But the beginning of high school brought some challenges. A couple of months into the school year, I heard from Rayshawn's parents. He'd gotten in trouble at school. Kind of serious trouble. He got caught at school in possession of an airsoft gun.
They were shooting a bunch of kids in the cafeteria, and someone had told them that they were shooting the gun. And then my son goes and takes the gun and shoots his friend with the gun.
Like, what was going through your mind when, what happened in your head?
I don't know, it's gonna be funny.
Do you like feel like you shouldn't have done it?
Yeah.
David Douglas prohibits weapons of any kind. Rayshawn was suspended for a year. Getting suspended, expelled, or facing similar disciplinary action can have a negative impact on a student's chances of graduating.
Oh, Rayshawn, how you doing, my buddy?
Rayshawn transferred to Rosemary Anderson High School, an alternative school with multiple campuses around Portland. This location is in a former strip mall. On one visit, he answered questions from another OPB producer.
What are the things that are going to make it challenging to get through high school?
Probably staying focused, like motivation.
He's still at Rosemary Anderson, where he's doing better academically and feels connected with the school staff.
I like it way better than David Douglas. Like more one-on-one action with the teachers. And it's just not like packed in there. Going from one school to another felt like kind of like weird, and then just normal after that.
At Rosemary Anderson, classes are smaller, which gets Rayshawn more face time with his teachers. He can ask for help. By 10th grade, sophomore year, the class of 2025 is a little more used to high school. Some of them are getting involved in sports. or choir. Being a part of a team or a club is a way to get engaged in high school and can help students feel like they belong in their school. It's also a way to keep students interested in school itself. And that connection can motivate students to show up. Because getting to school these days is challenging for a lot of students. But school attendance is important for passing your classes and getting to graduation. Missing school is a warning sign. Students who miss a lot of school are more likely to drop out. In Oregon, chronic absenteeism, when a student misses more than 10% of the school year, is up significantly and above the national average. 38% of Oregon students were chronically absent last year, including a few of the students I'm following, like Anais, who we met earlier.
So I'm Anais, and I go to the David Douglas High School, and I'm in 10th grade.
Anais missed more than a month of school her sophomore year. She was sick, a lot.
Kind of recently, we found out that I'm anemic, so I'm like extremely tired. So pretty much right after school, I'll take a nap. But that's because of how tired I am.
She also went through her first big breakup.
So that affected me a whole lot. Right after that, I haven't been showing up in school and stuff. And honestly, I really do regret it because I feel like it shouldn't have that impact on me, but it did.
This all led to her falling behind in classes. But she enlisted some extra support to help her keep going, in the form of a stuffed dinosaur.
This is Kyle. We all love him, especially my friends, more than me, probably, because they always try kidnapping him. But still, Kyle is an emotional support animal. Even though you can have them here at the school, I'm terrified of dogs and I don't want a cat because they'll just run off. So I feel like if you want an emotional support animal that will actually stay with you and stuff, have a stuffed animal. Have a Kyle.
For some students, the combination of difficulties at home or in their personal life, combined with challenging schoolwork, leads them to failing classes. But falling off track doesn't mean graduation is a lost cause. Schools often have programs to catch students before they slip through the cracks. What I found in talking to students in the class of 2025 is that they want to graduate.
My friends, family, and teachers have gotten me through sophomore year because it was such an emotional thing. But they supported me so much, and I'm really grateful for that.
I'm feeling like I'm ready to graduate, in 2 years. Let's go to college and get to the next step.
Right now, I'm on track to graduate. And then I'm scared, but I'm ready.
Now, the class of 2025 is wrapping up junior year, including Anais. I recently caught up with her at home.
Oh, did you want me to...
Kyle, Anais's emotional support stuffed animal, is still around. She says her classmates love him too. And she's improved her attendance a lot this year.
So how would you grade your attendance so far this year?
This year, I give it at least an A. I don't know about an A+ though.
I give it an A.
That's Josette, Anais's mom. She's warned Anais not to let relationships derail her progress.
I do talk to her about not letting things get in the way of her education. Her education is more important, and life comes and goes. But, there's no guarantee. She's a teenager.
The class of 2025 is growing up. Some of them have jobs and have started driving. They're getting closer to the end of high school and starting to think about the future. When I caught up with Rayshawn this school year, he just built a gazebo with his dad. Building things is something he's been talking about doing after high school, too.
After I graduate, I want to go to college for a degree in architectural design to help me with my construction, my carpentry, or just get straight into carpentry.
What have you learned so far in high school?
Don't be lazy. Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest one. Don't be lazy. One day I just came to school and then I just started doing my work. I was like, it's not that hard.
I don't know about you, but thinking about the future at 17 is scary. There's so much ahead of you, but still so much you don't know. I remember it being pretty overwhelming. Back then, I probably felt similar to how Anais is feeling now.
High school graduation, I feel mixed feelings because I know for sure I'll be happy, oh yeah, I'm done with school. But at the same time, it's since you finished high school, you're pretty much a grown adult now. You go pay your own taxes. I don't want to do that. other things. It's called adulting things, and I don't want to do that.
As a journalist, I try to stay objective, but it's hard not to care about these kids as they grow up right before my eyes. Thinking back to my own senior year, I had such a great time. I felt like me and my classmates ran our school. The football game theme nights, the school musical, the senior class trip. I solidified relationships with friends I still have today. But there was also the stress of college applications and not knowing what I was going to do next. One of the main questions I return to as we get to 2025 is this: what keeps students from graduating? There are a lot of possible answers. Students may fall behind, unable to catch back up. They might not have the support they need at home or at school. Competing responsibilities or circumstances can interfere with getting to graduation. It's not just one thing, and every student's experience is different. And most teachers understand that, like theater teacher Michael Givler.
Life keeps kids from graduating. School is part of society, and society has lots and lots of problems, and our society is not fair. And school happens inside of that. And so I think schools then must reflect what's happening in the rest of society.
I don't know if every student will graduate, but I will be there as they grow up and get through high school. I can't wait to see what the class of 2025 will do next year, and all of the fun and challenging times they'll have coming up as seniors.
Next time on The Evergreen.
If we lose sight of 100% of our students need to complete high school with a diploma or a GED, and we settle for anything less than that, then once again, we let ourselves off the hook. And my question would be, which 10% are we not going to graduate? How are we deciding that?
Remember those questions we asked at the beginning of this episode? Why is Oregon's graduation rate lower than other states? And is 100% graduation the right goal? Next week, Liz will be back with us to answer those questions. You can find links to Elizabeth's coverage of the class of 2025 in our show notes and OPB's Class of 2025 podcast. Thanks for listening to The Evergreen, another podcast from OPB. If you're here listening right now, you are part of our brand new podcast family. Help us grow by leaving a review on your favorite podcast app, including YouTube. Follow us there, and hey, tell your friends. Mia Estrada produced this episode, and our technical director is Stephen Cray. Nalene Silva engineered the episode. The OPB podcast team also includes Julie Sabatier and Sage Van Wing. Elizabeth Miller, Rob Manning, and Kate McMahon did the interviews you heard. The music in this episode is from Audio Network. If you have a question for us, please reach out. Email us at theevergreen@opb.org. I'm Jen Chavez. Catch you later.